Good evening. Welcome again to the Shears Show. Tonight our model, very pleasant young gal. She's a little apprehensive about doing highlights. We're thinking of a caramel. My concern is with all the young people that come in that have long history of putting too much color on their hair and highlights and then toning them down and back and forth, that you're going to get breakage, you're going to get discoloration, and it's not going to work out. Now, she told me she put a dark color on her hair. It doesn't look that dark right now. It doesn't look bad at all to me. You know, some people really put dark colors on their hair, and it's gothic, you know. So, but she doesn't look bad at all. I was explaining that when you put the dark color on the hair, and then you want to do a highlight on top, this area that has grown out tends to take quicker. So that's how you could get problems. You could get this will start getting light, and this will be stagnant, and then your highlight stops over here. And then, you know, it's hard to uniform the whole thing correctly. We're going to work it out. It's not the first time things like this have happened. You know, an experienced hairstylist is accustomed to things like that, and we work it out. So that's what we're doing right here this evening. We're going to give her a light highlight. We're going to probably so that's it. So we're going to do the highlight. Do you have any idea what shade you want to come up to, or?
What do you think? Caramel.
You prefer the caramel?
Or what do you think?
The caramel goes good on the dark hair. Now we're back to stage one with what would you put on your hair and how your hair is going to react. So if that's what you want, that's what we're going to strive for. Sometimes the hair comes up really fast, and sometimes it'll stay in like an orangey stage. But some people, so you don't want that. So, you know, it depends on how your hair reacts. But she wants something like a caramel. So we're going to try to stick with that. And we're going to see what happens. And we have to wing it. Sometimes, if you use smaller sections, you can't mess up. You could never mess up. So when you get real thick, chunky sections, then it could really backfire on you. Okay. So let's take her in the back and let's commence with the show. Do the highlights out front this time. You like the light? I think when you can get a shot of her and I mixing the bleach. You got to be careful with this stuff. It's airborne. You go very slow. This is going to be a nice show. I think her layers will be fantastic with that new method that I'm doing. And she's got fine hair, but hold on, I'm going to try something else. She's got a lot of thickness to her hair also. It's kind of deceiving. You know that, right?
Really?
Yeah, you have fine hair, but it's very thick. You have a lot of hair, which is a good thing. Gives us more to work with.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you want to use one of these.
They're whisks.
This way the powder doesn't go airborne. Okay, let's go, Blanca.
Okay.
Let's go out front. You got your robe on.
Yeah.
Oh, your hair is long. It looks longer now.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Have a seat over here. Okay, so here we go. This should take about 10 minutes to put the highlights in. Boy, I don't like this brush. It's too soft. I'll get a little bit. Now, here's the trick. Excuse me. The trick is this with these highlights. You don't want to take really dense, too thick sections, like I said before. You want to weave, okay? And you want to it's got to be even on both sides. And timing is of essence here. Because, you know, the first one was put in, now it's activating. It's activating, it's lifting. So what you need to do is you got to be very observant on timing now. Now this is a good idea to do, is to say, well, what time is it now exactly? Let me see what time it is. It's 6:48. So now we know, 6:48. So now we're going to get an idea on how long it takes for her to come up to the color we're striving for. So, I mean, you don't have to check immediately. Usually I do the top panel first, and then I'll start checking to see how it looks. But I know right now this is going to come out excellent. I feel it. That'll be an excellent hairdo. She needs a nice shaping. Okay, now I'm going to go back because a few seconds have gone by, and I want to make sure see how she's taking. She's taking, but slowly. Okay, now I want to check to see what's. Hold on a second. Oh, this is so much nicer, this brush. I like the brush when it's hard. Yeah. When the brushes get a little soft, they're very hard to work with. Or they'll go into this annoying orange stage, and nobody wants orange. And when that happens, it becomes very difficult to master your shade you're looking for. Because sometimes you just don't get the caramel. But like I said, I had a good feeling about her that she's got beautiful hair. I made the right choice. I had to call her quite a few times to get her to do the show. She seemed like she was avoiding me.
No, I wasn't.
And she seems very happy to be here, though.
Yeah, I am. Should I start cutting more?
You're running out of foils? All right, no
there's
problem.
one left.
I'm going to go back now because I'm going to take another look. It's coming. Now it's in just about the perfect stage. So you have to figure, when me guessing off the top of my head, it was 6:48, now it's 6:54, right? It was 48 before?
Yeah.
All right, 48. It's about 7 minutes. So now it becomes a little gambling time. It looks like it's a pretty nice color right now. So I'm not going to gamble too long. I'm going to end up taking it off the first one. Okay. Because I don't know if it's going to change. If it's going to start going into a blonde quickly, that could happen too. Okay, so.
That would look nice.
Now you want blonde? You gotta have one or the other, girl. Could you take a peek? Look, could you see it?
Oh yeah, I can.
It's nice, right?
Yeah.
If I gamble too much, it's gonna change. It's gonna change. Okay, I'm gambling a little bit more, but not much more. 'Cause I like the color now. I think it's a nice, deep caramel. You know, you have to take into consideration though, how noticeable will it be after the completion, you know what I mean? Okay, now, what happens now is things become a little tricky. Now keep your head right about there. Things become tricky because you're going to start spraying, you're going to start taking stuff off. You don't want to get the other hair wet. Keep your eyes shut. And it looks pretty even though she had color on her hair. Could you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
What do you think?
I like it.
Let me see if the second one's done now. No, not yet. But now's the time when I really want to put the speed on. And you know, unfortunately, because I'm doing the show, I'm talking and I'm trying to explain things, show things, so I'm going a little slower. I mean, if this was my regular work day and she was a client, I probably would have been halfway finished with the whole front. Or completely finished. But now I really want to put the speed on because I know that she's going to take like 7 or 8 minutes for each foil to take. And I don't want to be stuck taking out foils and putting in new ones to finish this job, because then it gets very sloppy. You know, it gets you because you're spraying water on the hair, and so now I'm in a panic stage. But I'm not panicking. Okay, I'm just going to move really quickly to get this thing. I like to get both sides up. Here's another thing that's very important. Once you're doing the sides, you notice I did the first on top. When you get to the side, you want to get both the sides up as quickly as possible. This way they take evenly. Now, you're always going to take one side out before the other one. And of course, you're going to take the one that you did first out. The one that you put on first. So you don't want to screw that up. Now I want to get this side in. And, you all right?
Yeah.
It's going to go in your eye, right? Okay. It's always good to tell the client to keep their eyes shut when you're doing this, when you're around their hairline. Especially when you're coloring hair also. We're highlighting now. We're using powder bleach. And we're almost done with this side. And then we're going to hop over to the next side. We're going to check the second one. See if that needs to come out. See, there's a very fine line in all these, the way this thing lifts. When I saw that first one coming up, it looked nice. I kept on going back and I checked it up. And then I said, and I was gambling because I wanted it to come a little bit light. But if it comes too light, it starts changing. It could go into a reddish stage. It could go into an orange stage. And it's a big gamble, and that's not what we want. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to make it. I want it perfect. You know, you want everything, all the strands to be the same caramel color, so they blend in. So let's go back now. So I got one side in. Let's see. Am I going to take? Yep. This has got to come out. It's got to come out. See, now what happens now is that I have to stop and do this. That means one side is going to be ahead of the other side. And that's what I was trying to prevent. Like I said, I probably went a little bit too slow. Start that other side. I was explaining to the audience what's going on here. Let me see. So, what's going on here? See, I like it, I'm liking it, to me, there's like it's probably like a 10, 20-second difference where it just gets a little bit too light. And I'm liking it when it's a little darker. So you gotta have a good eye. You gotta have a good eye for this. And like I said, the color keeps on lifting. It keeps on changing. And different spots could be, different spots on the hair could take faster than others. So this is, you know, this is working out. The color's coming out nice, but it's for me, we're running into problems with the, that I didn't get that second side in as soon as I wanted to. And there's nothing I can do about it now. I'm halfway through this thing now. Halfway through. There's nothing I can do. I mean, I really want to stop and I really want to get that other side in, but I really can't stop now because the ones on top are done. It's a done deal. Okay. So, and like I said, you got to be careful. You don't want to start getting the hair on the left side, which I haven't gotten to yet. You don't want to start getting that wet because you still got to put foils in there, and this is being put on dry hair. So, it's a task. We're almost there now. Now, almost taking everything out up front. So basically all we have to do now is we have to get them up on the left-hand side. And her right, my left, when I'm looking at her. And these have to come out, but I'm sure they're not ready yet. Let me see. That's almost done. I think I could sneak them in now. I gotta go faster. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Now, on everybody, these two on each side, this side and this side, these are the ones that take the longest to take for some reason. They take the longest to take. When you're going up to a blonde and with the caramel, you could get away with it if it's a little darker. You'll probably take it off a little sooner. Okay. We're on 5th Avenue in the village of Pelham, New York. Tiny village of Pelham. We've been doing this show for quite a few years now. I put Pelham on the map so many times. Take that to my credit. And that's one. Okay. Remember now, while I'm doing this, I haven't forgotten that those ones on top are taking. They were almost ready. But I figured I could sneak these in. Okay. You gotta be fast. You know, the unfortunate thing is people that are inexperienced, it takes them longer to do this. And that could be very troubling for your results. You gotta be fast. Okay, once we get this side in, I'll be more relaxed. Then all I have to do is worry about the back. And I'm gonna have to check the sides on the other side. I haven't checked it at all. On the side here, and then we check the top and check the back, and I mean the right side. Okay, we're almost done here. I feel good about it. I'm happy. I think we can have beautiful results. It's so nice to have just one model on the show. It makes it a little easier for me. Pressure. Okay, let's see on top. Yeah, it's done. They're coming out. There's what I was trying to explain before. Tilt your head down, please. Down? Okay. It's coming out a little, I honestly, I preferred it a little bit darker, slightly. But the problem is, if it's too dark, you're not going to be able to see it either. And what I'm visualizing is almost more or less impossible to predict because, you know, the hair is wet. I mean, the hair is dry and it's not. The part I'm taking off is wet. You can't really tell what it's going to look like. But it's better. It's better. I'd rather see them more. I don't like to highlight if it's too unnoticeable. You know, you want to get something out of it. In my career, I very rarely do I use a toner because I feel like it's like you're fixing a mistake, and I feel like I could get it right without a toner. That's what I strive for all the time. That I could get everything perfect to the shade I want without a toner. And I've been very successful with that. However, I know many hairdressers are continuously using toners. Okay, the whole top is done. Beautiful. It looks good. The side is coming in. Let me see what's going on with the side. The other side is catching up. In fact, this one that's always very hesitant, okay, is cooperating. Sometimes the ones down by the ear come out quicker too, but you know what? We got time. We have time, so let's get the back in. Once we get this back in, we're home scot-free. So happy with tonight's show. What I need the other highlight. I need the other foils now. Back in a second and get them. We're almost done here. And we're going to get this done in 28 minutes. Okay, so the back of the head, we use wider foils. It would be nice to just rip out all the foils and just rinse it out instead of taking them out individually. Some people don't do this. I don't know what they do. Really, I can't account for everyone. It's hard enough accounting for myself. You gotta walk slow.
Slow. Okay.
Wait a second now, hold on a second. Come back over here, I just wanna do something.